Mister, why you send meeting don't open fast?
Who are you? Who are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Mister.
Ahmed Murad. His name.
The meeting you will open and your time is 5:20. 5:20. That's your time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My student of grade 3B. I wish you a good day with you, Mr. Ashraf Ahmed. Today, we'll study page 368. All students go to page 368. We are talking about the heat, my students, and you see we have many, you see that the heat will change solid to liquid and change liquid to gas. But if you want to change gas to liquid, this is by cooling. Liquid to solid, this is by cooling. So the title here is cool, it is freezing. What is freezing? I want Abdullah Omar. What's freezing, Abdullah Omar?
Freezing?
Yes.
Freezing
The change of state from
liquid to solid.
Solid. Thanks. By cooling.
Yes.
So our lesson today, water freezes at the Celsius. Okay. Okay. So water freezes at 0 Celsius. Okay. Celsius. When matter cools, it loses energy. When matter gains energy, it will heat. It's from heat. How does, thanks Abdullah. How does cooling affect water? All the pictures show water at temperature lower than 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. How do you know this? If the liquid water cooled to that temperature, it freezes. Below the temperature, water exists as a solid. Ice freezing is the change of state from liquid to solid. As Abdullah said. Thanks, Abdullah. Okay, I want other Omar Wael. Can you read the first question?
Yes, miss.
Can you read the first question?
Okay. How would this igloo be different if its temperature was 10 Celsius?
Celsius, yes. Celsius.
Yes.
How? Do you know? Close your mic and I will write. Close your mic and I will write. Okay. So my students, thanks, my students. You will write here. The ice would be liquid water. The ice will be liquid water. will be liquid water, ice will be liquid. Why? Because it will melt. But this is not freezing, this is melting. This is melting here. Because the ice here, my student, is solid. The water is liquid. So this change from solid, from liquid, from solid to liquid. Okay? The second question. Yasser Muhammad al-Naim. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The second question, yes.
How can you tell that the temperature of the snow is below 0 Celsius?
Yeah. Like you see ice, you see snow flakes, snow flakes, you will see it, are a form of frozen water, a form of frozen water. Write my student with me. Write my student with me. Okay. Why? Because I will not send for you this. Write with me in the session. If you attend the session, you write. All of you write, I will give you 2 minutes to write here in the book. And basically,
Right.
okay, the other students, yes, I know you are excellent. Thanks, yes. Thanks a lot. I will give you 2 minutes, my student, to write. Okay, my student, to write. Okay, so my students, if you cool something like you make freezing, means it will change by cooling from liquid to solid. Just inshallah, we finish just this page today, page 368 about cooling, just one page. But we must know why. What is cooling exactly? So my students will go to a video to understand what's cooling exactly. But after the video, I will ask, we talk about heating and cooling. But heating you know, the gain is the cooling, you know. Heating, the gain is cooling. Like what? Solid change to liquid, this is by heating. But by heating, solid change to liquid, yes, by heating. But liquid change to solid, like that, like the image you see, that's the ice, okay? This ice, when you put the water in the fridge, it will be ice. Why? The water is liquid, but the ice is solid. So it will change from liquid to what? To solid here. Understand, my students? Okay. Okay. Okay, my students. So here in the video, inshallah, you will benefit from the video about cooling. Just we study cooling today. So if we put a glass of water and another glass full of ice cubes in front, okay, of you, you will know what is freezing here. You will know what is freezing here. Freezing means a state of matter in which the liquid state, it will change to solid state. But how can water in the liquid state change to water in the solid state? How? So by lowering temperature, by lowering temperature, by lowering temperature, means by cooling. But how cold must water be? So at 0 degrees Celsius degree or 32 degree Fahrenheit, okay, it will freeze, you know. So the freezing here is the change of state from a liquid state to a solid state. So my students, you will listen to the video to understand more what is cooling and what is heating. So first, I want to share the sound for you to hear well. If you don't hear well, okay, tell me.
Or cool. Yeah. So in the first picture, this one, okay, nak, yang gambar pertama ini ada gambar butter.
Okay,
sedang dipanaskan.
I will ask what is the term? Awan Ashraf. Okay, Awan Ashraf, how are you, Awan? Awan.
Fine, alhamdulillah, and you?
Okay, thanks, Awan. You hear the voice well or no?
No.
Now you hear Awan?
Kan, yang terjadi
Okay,
dia
you hear now or no?
cair. Kemudian
Yes,
Okay, so my students, because I will ask after the video. Listen, okay, Awan, thanks a lot. Okay, so my students, listen well. I will hear, you will hear, then we will ask about freezing after the video, inshallah. Begin.
kedua, ice cube. Jadi ini dari air yang ditaruh di freezer, refrigerator, so they become ice cube atau dia freezing, membeku. Wow! How does heating and cooling change the materials? Kira-kira bagaimana ya panas dan dingin mempengaruhi suatu benda? Oke, lanjut ya. Okay, first about heating process. Describe what happened to materials when they are heated. Look at the demonstration first. Okay. So from the demonstration, we already knew that when a material is placed near the source of heat, heat is absorbed by the material, making it hot or warm. Jadi, ketika suatu bahan didekatkan,
Ask. Then I will continue and ask. So all the time you are with me, okay? I will ask one all the turn. 1 minute to the student. That is the turn of Aoun Ashraf. How are you, Aoun?
Fine.
Okay, when we heat water, what happens, Aoun? When we
It
heat water,
will
change to what?
vapor.
Thanks, vapor, mean the evaporation. Thanks, Aoun. Excellent. Okay, Muhammad Islam, how are you, my friend? Muhammad Islam?
Fine.
So it will change from water to vapor. This is by heating or by cooling?
Heating.
Thanks. So our lesson today about heating and cooling, you know?
Yes.
It absorbed.
Be shock.
Okay, Muhammad?
Will be
Yes? Yes, Muhammad, I listen.
will be liquid.
Thanks a lot, mashallah. So it will be liquid when the gas, when the gas is cool, it will be liquid, means it will be condensation. Yeah, thanks, Muhammad Islam. So listen with me, all students, because I will ask, all the time I will ask. So listen well, okay? And each time, inshallah, I will ask, all students with me, I will ask one who is with me or no, randomly. Nashat, you are with me or no?
Yes, Mr. I'm with you.
So listen, Nashat, we said what is evaporation here, Nashat? Evaporation.
Evaporation.
Yes. Means a change of form.
Water will change from water from
Yes.
liquid to
Yes.
gas.
Excellent. So my students will listen to the video, then we return another time to you. Listen to the video, then we return it another time to you.
dengan sumber panas, panas akan diserap oleh bahan tersebut sehingga membuat suatu bahan menjadi panas atau hangat. Pengaruhnya tadi sudah kita lihat ya nak ya. Ada krayon, ada coklat, ada margarin. Ketika dipanaskan dia akan mencair.
Chocolate or anything will change from let chocolate change to from solid to liquid. This is melting here. Do you see? This is melting here. I want to give you another about heat and cool also, you know, and heat and cooling. Okay, so the heat and cool versus to each other. Okay, it will be changed from solid, you know, so it will be changed from
simple science.
To
What
this,
happens?
Video also. You will to be okay to cool. We listen to heating here. Just you notice the information. But here I want you to notice well. Okay, listen.
To different materials when you heat them up or cool them down. Some solids melt and become liquids when they are heated. For example, ice will melt into liquid water if you leave it at room temperature. Chocolate and butter will grow soft and melt if they are left sitting in the hot sun. And wax near the flame of a burning candle will melt and drip down the side of the candle. These changes can be reversed. When you cool liquid water down below 0 degrees Celsius by putting it in a freezer, it changes back into solid ice. Similarly, if you take the melted chocolate and butter out of the hot sun and leave them in the cool shade, they will harden again. And the drips of molten candle wax will solidify once they have run down the side of the candle and have cooled away from the hot flame at the top of the candle. Other materials undergo different sorts of changes when they are heated up. For example, cake mixture rises and turns into solid cake when it is baked in a hot oven. Clay can be shaped and turned into hard bricks and earthenware when it is baked in a very hot kiln. These changes cannot be reversed. Cake doesn't change back into cake mixture, and bricks don't change back into clay when they are cooled down. They just get harder. A similar thing happens with sand. If it is heated to very high temperatures, it will turn into molten glass. And when this is cooled down, it turns into the hard material we know as glass. What happens when you heat liquid water up until it boils? It turns into steam. Ice, liquid water, and steam are different forms of the material water. When water is cooled down below 0 degrees Celsius, it forms solid ice.
Okay, my students. Okay, I will ask which two. Okay, Abdurrahman Badawi, which two are here? Islam. Okay, Ammar Khalid. How are you, Ammar?
Fine, thank you.
You listen to the video, no?
Yes.
Okay, here is cooling. Cooling liquid change to ice. Means what? Means what, Ammar?
Means freezing.
Thanks, excellent. Means freezing. Ammar, thanks. Another one. Ahmed Murad, to make sure you are with me or no, Ahmed Murad. Where are you, Ahmed
I
Murad?
am with you.
What's freezing, Ahmed? What's freezing?
Is it change from the state from liquid to solid?
Excellent. MashaAllah, Ahmed. Omar Usama. Dr. Omar.
Yes, mister.
Do you see this into any? What does C mean?
What?
What does C? Do you see the word C here? Degree C? In
Yes.
this thermometer? What does C means?
C means Celsius and F means Fahrenheit.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks a lot. Okay, my students. Okay, Omar Sultan. How are you, Omar? Liquid.
Yes, mister.
Liquid by
Yes,
cooling.
mister.
Yes, liquid by cooling is changed to what?
Liquid by cooling change to ice.
Excellent. Thanks. Muhammad Amir. How are you, Muhammad? Ice is solid. Ice is solid or liquid?
Solid.
Solid or liquid, Muhammad? Ice is solid or
Ice
liquid?
is solid.
Thanks.
Solid.
Tamim Ahmed. Liquid here with water. Water is liquid or solid, Tamim?
Water is liquid.
Thanks a lot. Dr. Muhammad Ali. Water is changed by cooling to what, Muhammad?
Water what?
It changed by cooling to what?
Changing by cooling to ice.
Thanks, my students. Thanks.
Can you repeat the video?
Yeah. You want to repeat it? No problem. I will repeat the video another time from the beginning. Okay. So We will begin another time from the beginning. Okay. Listen.
Simple science. What happens to different materials when you heat them up or cool them down? Some solids melt and become liquids when they are heated. For example, ice will melt into liquid water if you leave it at room temperature. Chocolate and butter will grow soft and melt if they are left sitting in the hot sun. And wax near the flame of a burning candle will melt and drip down the side of the candle. These changes can be reversed. When you cool liquid water down below 0 degrees Celsius by putting it in a freezer, it changes back into solid ice. Similarly, if you take the melted chocolate and butter out of the hot sun and leave them in the cool shade, they will harden again. And the drips of molten candle wax will solidify once they have run down the side of the candle and have cooled away from the hot flame at the top of the candle. Other materials undergo different sorts of changes when they are heated up. For example, cake mixture rises and turns into solid cake when it is baked in a hot oven. Clay can be shaped and turned into hard bricks and earthenware when it is baked in a very hot kiln. These changes cannot be reversed. Cake doesn't change back into cake mixture, and bricks don't change back into clay when they are cooled down. They just get harder. A similar thing happens with sand. If it is heated to very high temperatures, it will turn into molten glass. And when this is cooled down, it turns into the hard material we know as glass. What happens when you heat liquid water up until it boils? It turns into steam. Ice, liquid water, and steam are different forms of the material water. When water is cooled down below 0 degrees Celsius, it forms solid ice. When water is warmed to above 0 degrees Celsius, it melts into liquid water. And when it is heated to 100 degrees Celsius, it turns into the gas called steam. If steam comes into contact with a cool surface, it will condense back into liquid water. However, you should be very careful around hot or boiling water and steam, because they can scald or burn you.
Okay, Masala, I will ask now. Where is Ahmed Rami, my friend? How are you, Ahmed Rami?
Yes, mister.
What's freezing? What's freezing? What is freezing, Ahmed? Freezing.
Freezing? Freezing is like ice, and we freezing the ice.
Why is it changing to what?
Liquid water.
What?
Like ice, and we freezing the ice, it will be liquid water.
Liquid, it changed to ice, Ahmed. That's freezing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Freezing means what now? Means it change liquid to solid. Liquid to what? To solid. Understand? Okay. Okay, Ahmed, you close Y. Okay, Ahmed. Yes, I want Muhammad Ahmed Zuhairi. Yes. What's freezing, Muhammad? Ahmed Zuhairi? Open the mic, Muhammad. Where are you?
Yes, mister.
Muhammad, what is freezing?
Freezing is changing liquid to solid.
Okay, another time, please. Can you repeat?
Changing liquid to solid.
It's changing liquid to solid. Thanks a lot. By cooling. Thanks. Abdurrahman Hassan Badawi. Okay. Abdurrahman Hassan Badawi, where are you? Arshman Tahir, where are you? Mean that Abdurrahman, you are to me in decision. On the Arshman.
Yes, yes.
Arshman Tahir, what is freezing?
Yes.
Freezing.
Yes.
Freezing is the opposite of melting.
Excellent. Opposite of melting. Thanks a lot. And what is melting, Muaz Shaban? Muaz Ahmed Shaban. Melting
Yes,
means
mister.
what? What is melting?
Change.
Yes. Change?
Change gas to
No. Melting is solid to?
liquid.
Thanks. Like butter. Do you see butter in the video or no?
Yes, I see it.
Learn more, Muaz. We see the video to learn more. It is easy to give you a lot of information because we see a video, make experiment on this. Thanks, Muaz. Okay. Muaz Ahmed, are you Muaz? Muaz, where are you? Muaz Ahmed? Okay. Muhammad Mahmoud.
Hello, mister.
Where are you, Muaz?
I'm here.
Yes, mister,
What
you
is
have my mic.
A minute, Nashat. What is melting, Muaz?
Melting.
Yes.
Melting.
Change?
Melting is change of solid to
Yeah.
liquid.
Thanks, solid to liquid. Okay, Nashat, what's freezing?
Freezing change from liquid to solid.
Okay, Ryan, what is freezing? Ryan, where are you, Ryan? Sajid, where are you, Sajid? Yes, Sajid, where are you? Ryan, where are you? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, Sajid. What is freezing?
What is freezing?
Yes. Change? When you put water in fridge, you know fridge?
Yes.
Liquid is changed to solid, which is ice. Okay, Sajid?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to hear the Muhammad Mahmoud. Where are you, Muhammad? Muhammad Ahmed Zuhairi. Yes, Muhammad. How are you, Muhammad? Your mic doesn't work. Okay, my student. So today we listen to this video, my students, to understand what is meant by cooling. Cooling, my students, means the lowering temperature. By heating, means the increased temperature. Cooling means the lose energy, lose heat. Okay, lose heat. To release heat. Understand? But heating, cooling, lose heat. Because cooling means lowering the temperature. We measure temperature by Celsius degrees or by Fahrenheit degrees. And how do you know that the temperature with 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 according by thermometer? By what, my students? By thermometer. Okay. So my students must know the cooling here. We reach to the summary now. like freezing. Water exists as a solid, which is ice. Freezing is the change of a state from liquid to solid, means from water to ice. But this is by cooling. We studied today page 368. Thanks for listening. I wish you understand. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.